What's up guys, Greg here, Nichols Lawn Care. So I'm going to try and keep this short. I already did one video and I talk so much. So I'm going to try and shorten this one up so you don't have a 15-minute long video. So let's get to it. Funny story, here's the short of it. I had a new client last week, and she's brain's a little fried on drugs. She wanted us to cut her overgrown lawn, which we did. She had a problem with something that supposedly I mowed over, which I didn't. And she calls me up the next day, wants me to come out and check it out, is not being very polite, respectful on the phone, and it resulted in me firing her as a client, and then her calling back up today, a week later, wanted me to come out, apologizing, and wanted me to come back out and start mowing again. So that's the long story short. So if you don't want to listen to the whole video, then I get it. That's the story. So the little bit longer version. First of all, I've been busy. I haven't been able to make videos lately. Obviously it's summer, so been busy mowing, and training a couple guys too, that way I can get a little bit of a break, not have to work as much in this business, or at least not in the business. I can work a little bit more on the business, which also reminds me, got new shirts in. Going to be switching to green instead of like the bright safety yellow neon color that a lot of people have, and that we've had for the past 2 years. So switching to this green, hopefully you like it. Let me know. Just got the stuff put on the back and whatnot, and getting my guys some shirts made. So there's that. So a couple updates for you. New shirts, new color, and no one else in town I think has this color. And also training a couple new guys. So that's what I've been doing the past month. So back to it. Couple things I want to talk about. If you have a client that expects certain things out of you, now you as a business owner should expect certain things out of your house, out of yourself: professionalism, doing the job correctly, and standing by the job that you do, right? So, which essentially is what this comes down to. And you need to be treated with respect. I'm not going to have a client who talks to me in a certain way or doesn't treat me with respect and professionalism that I'm going to treat you with professionalism. I expect the same thing. No amount of money is worth it to me. You're going out and mowing lawns for 50 or 60 or $70, or I got some that are in the hundreds, depending on the size, or commercial properties and stuff like that. So, but I am not going to, and you shouldn't either, deal with customers treating you a certain way because they're paying you. Are you working for them? Kind of, but also you're working for yourself and for your company, your business, your name, if your name's on the business. So cut that shit off, don't deal with that. I can get another client, you can get another client in a very short amount of time, which is going to pay you just as much, if not more, and cause you less hassle, less headache. Which is funny because I did that same day. After being talked to a certain way, and her expectations, which I'll get to in a second, were what I think was ridiculous. That same day, I had another person, potential client, call me, and the one I had was further away and only getting paid, it was going to be a weekly client. She was only paying me this certain amount of money. I fire her. Literally within hours, I had another potential client call me that I had quoted a few days prior and let me know that they were accepting my price. It was going to be $10 more per cut, and they were closer, a lot closer, literally around the corner from me. So now I have less drive time, less gas money being spent, and I'm getting more money per cut from them. And it was going to be a weekly client, or it is a weekly client. So I've already started taking care of his property. So that's where we're at. Now I have less headache to deal with, I'm getting more money, and I have less drive time that same day. So back to the story at hand. We're already at 5 minutes, so I'm going to keep this to under 10 minutes. I have this client, I go out, quite sure she's on drugs or has been on drugs, her brain is fried. I have multiple reasons to believe that. And I go out there, I can tell already she's gonna be an issue for me in the future. She's all over the place with her brain, with her conversation. She keeps interrupting me. I give her a price, she accepts it, she pays, and I come back out a couple days later to mow. It is overgrown. Now, I'm not in the habit of mowing overgrown properties. Only reason I will mow an overgrown property is so I don't do overgrown properties, and I don't do one-time cuts. I won't do them. They're not worth it to me. They're not worth my time, the headache, and the potential damage to my equipment. I will come out and do an overgrown property if they agree to take me on, or we're going to take each other on as clients from that point on. So I'm going to be coming out and mowing that property or taking care of that property every week or every 2 weeks. I do have some properties that are bi-weekly, which I might get rid of next year. I don't like doing those. They grow too fast, especially in the springtime with all the rain. So I come out a few days later after receiving payment and take care of the property. She calls me back the next day, and this property was like 3 feet tall in the back. I had picked up the sticks, I had kind of walked the property, I wasn't able to see everything because it's 3 feet tall. She calls me up the next day, it goes to voicemail. She says in the voicemail that we did a great job. She said that twice, which we did. For 3 feet of grass, we did do a great job. And she is also upset because we ran over a dog lead. If you're unfamiliar what a dog lead it's like a thing you screw in the ground, and it's got a long leash or long line, a lead that attaches to a dog. She says this is, there's a bright orange dog lead. How could you run that over? How could you not see that? Well, because you have 3 feet tall grass. So obviously that's gonna be a little difficult to see. Here's why I don't think it was actually out there. For one, because she's a little crazy and her brain's a little fried, but two, because after we were done mowing, we would have seen it. I had 2 large commercial mowers out there with multiple blades on them, and it would have the long line would have either gotten caught in our blades, which it didn't, and she said it was bright orange, 40 foot long. There's no way we would have not seen that, or our mowers wouldn't have hit it. That's ridiculous. So I don't believe her. I don't think it was out there. Talked to her on the phone. I'm like, hey, so did you know this was out there? She says, yes. I was like, so it was yours. You put that out there. You knew it was out there. Yes. I'm like, well, why didn't you remove it before we mowed? You knew we were coming to mow. She's like, well, that's not my job. Okay, interesting. So do you expect me to go clean up your yard for you? She's like, basically, yes. I'm like, okay, so that's not my job. Understandably, I own a lawn care business. If we come out to mow and there's like a couple dog toys or there's a couple kid toys, like, we're obviously not going to run them over on purpose. And the accidents happen and stuff like that, but we'll move that stuff out of the way. I don't want to ruin your equipment. I don't want to make a mess, and I don't want to ruin my equipment. So I tell her, I'm like, hey, look, as you saw and you said in the voicemail, like, we went and picked up some sticks in the yard that were big from the tree, moved those out of the way, but we couldn't possibly see everything. But I don't believe that was out there, but you're saying it was, fine. I'm not going to apologize. She ended up hanging up on me at some point. I was trying to be as professional as possible, and hold my composure. And long story short, she hangs up. I call up, get her voicemail, thankfully, because now I don't have someone that's cutting me off, interrupting me all the time. And I'm able to explain my side of the story. I'm able to explain why it's ridiculous to think that I would be able to see something like that in 3 foot tall grass, how it's her responsibility and not mine to pick up since she's an adult and it's her property, and how I will not be coming out there anymore. And lastly, I hope that the next lawn care company that she hires, that she treats them with a little bit more respect, and that she picks up after herself before they come out to mow. So I fully expected her to leave me a bad review, but she didn't. And then not only did she not leave me a bad review, she called me again today. And this is something I've never experienced. She called me up after me standing my ground and being professional as possible. I mean, this was close, guys. I was on the verge. She calls me up today and leaves a voicemail, says, "Hey, the grass is getting really long really quick. I'd love it if you guys come out and mow today, and I'm sorry." Are you serious? An apology. Oh, it is, you don't get that. You don't get that too often. You stand your ground. You know what you're doing is right. You know what they're saying they want you to do is wrong. So anyways, that's it, guys. If you got a business like mine, you don't have to deal with clients. That's the whole point of owning your own business, is you're your own boss. You can deal or not deal with the stuff that you want to deal with or not want to deal with. You have certain standards to uphold, and don't deal with the bullshit if you don't have to, which you don't have to. You can get another client with less headache. So anyways, that's it, guys. Have a good one. I hope everyone's doing well, staying busy. I know you are. Have a good one.